go.
Jay Slime is in the cut
What's up?
once again. He just released 2 projects this summer, Summer Rage and Different Vibe. Well, they're the deluxe of one of them's the deluxe of each other, and
Yes, sir.
he's a art. Were you from the Bronx or Brooklyn? Which one was it?
The Bronx. I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
speak on the first project you dropped this summer. What could you say about like what you were trying to get out with that, the features, and how was the recording process?
For different vibe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, different vibe is like it was like mostly an experiment. So like it was like my first 3 months rapping, right? So like I wanted to get a project out like as soon as possible because I wanted people to hear my raw sound and how I started when I first started rapping, like soon. So like also it was like sort of a tribute to X, like my biggest influence. I feel like when a lot of people come into the game, they don't really show like homage or respect to the people that they're influenced by. So that was my way of doing that. And it was just like I was just showing out like different sides of me, different sounds and stuff. For the most part, I added like music from all genres. I added like hyper pop rage, the new Stones, some bangers like Full Away, a pop song like Beautiful, a rock song like So Done, some R
Yeah.
and B songs like Feel the Vibe and Different Vibe. Like I just added a whole lot of vibes to it. Hence Different Vibe.
Yeah. And the Zaya Leah song, that shit was she's on a different
Yeah,
level, man. Like that shit. I'd love to see
yeah,
like an EP or some shit with the 3 tracks from you guys or something. It would be cool to see. How'd you
yeah.
find her?
Shit. I found it through you.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, I found it through you.
Yeah, she's in Baltimore. If you ever want to do like a music video, I'm just saying. Like I think that's where she's
Yeah,
from.
yes, yeah. She's not that far off from me.
You're where you based out of now? You're going to school in where? Right? Where,
I'm going to school in Virginia right now.
you want to speak on like what you're going for? Or?
I'm at like a All right, so basically I'm planning on like doing shows over here. I'm trying to sell out the Vine Center, but like this is like a Christian school, so like I've been going for like kind of a gospel sound lately. Like
Mm.
my next single is gonna be a gospel song. I just had a performance like a few days ago too.
Well, yeah. Where was that at? I saw that. Where was that at?
Yeah, it was like in front of school. It was like outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, where'd you find like the? Have you always grown up in the church and stuff like that? Is that where you found the inspiration to start doing that?
Honestly, it's just like it's not even that. It's just my versatility. Like I see something, and I want to do it. And I want to do it better than anybody else that's doing it.
Yeah, I fuck with that
Yeah.
mentality. I fuck with that mentality. Like, um, what would you say about like the artists that you've collaborated with? Like, who's been the best to collaborate with out of anyone?
The best to collaborate with, probably like A Dubsky.
Yeah, where
Like we pretty much like we got like chemistry, and we pretty much like just match each other's vibes completely. Like we always on the same page.
yeah. And where's he or she from? Where I always forget that shit. Is it a guy or a girl?
It's a she. She's actually from Virginia too. She's supposed to end up from.
Yeah. And that's your first
Yeah.
song was with her, right?
Yeah, my first like song that was on all platforms. Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you're looking for like hyperpop production, like who do you often go to for that? Because that's a really unique style lately.
Like what producers?
Yeah, yeah, do you look for like hyperpop shit?
Uh, Celsius. Um, he produced a lot of songs. He produced To Be With You, Memories, Lambo, Rolly. Yeah, he produced those. And Trizzy, he produced No Stones. 808 Trizzy produced No Stones. So those are usually my go-to. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've been getting like a whole lot of packs from like a whole lot of different producers now, so it's hard to keep up.
Yeah. And you've dabbled in production yourself. Like
Yeah,
which song was that? That was 6 a.m.
yeah, it was 6 a.m. Yeah,
Like what style were you trying to get out with that? Like what style do you think you were doing with that song?
like, I was trying to bring out like a really like a dark sound,
Yeah.
like a Travis Scott type of dark sound. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what's up. I fuck with that song, but I also really like the Stop freestyle. Who produced that one?
Yeah, that was Rhino.
Right now, yeah. Like
Yeah,
fuck that shit. That was pretty good. But now we gotta speak on Summer Rage. That was the deluxe, the different vibe, right?
yeah.
So like I gotta like what was the best song to record on that? Like in terms of like writing it down and shit like that. Like which was the best song to record on that?
I mean, for the most part, some raves are just freestyles. Honestly,
Would you say a lot of your music
like
is freestyles?
for the most, different vibe was really freestyles, but like 80% of some raves, I was just freestyling.
Yeah.
But like I would say, like the most fun song to create was "Go," because like when I was like in the process of making a song, I took a little break and I just couldn't stop listening to it.
Yeah.
And then like aside from that, like "To Be With You" was like it was just so
That's the
much fun to
intro,
switch
right?
them. Yeah, yeah. Intro. Like it was just so much fun to switching my flow. Like every 4 bars, like I just like I really outdone myself with that one. I was proud of it.
Yeah, I know. When I listened to that the first time I listened to it, I was like thinking to myself, like I don't know, you may have seen the reaction, but I was thinking to myself like early Uzi. That shit is what I
Yeah,
felt like. Like, are you fan of, like the early Uzi tapes, like Perfect Love tape and First of the World? Like, are you a fan of those tapes?
yeah. I was actually like going for like a Myron kind of sound, but like I wanted to make it like more tropical. Like I wanted to give it like a tropical vibe in the beginning, and I wanted to do like a whole lot of shit to change it up, make it more. You know?
I like Myron a lot because and a lot of people would say this is a bad thing, but I think I like it a lot because it sounds very similar to Baby Pluto. Where it's like like an organ that goes like dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun 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 dun,
yeah.
like that shit.
Like the build up.
Yeah, and that's Super Mario is on the production, I believe, and I think Lil Uzi doesn't get enough like he gets a lot of credit for like his like vocals and stuff like that, but the producers he gets on are always like amazing. Like Don Cannon, you have Don
Yeah,
Cannon, Molly Raw,
Brandon Finessa.
yes, and
Yeah,
TM88 a little bit, but TM88's way better with Future. I would say that because I forget what song did TM88 do for Future. But that whole like 808 Mafia crew, that shit's like Cody and Crazy, bro. That's like a classic fucking song. You know what I mean? Like that shit.
yeah,
Are you a fan of Future and stuff like and artists in that
yeah.
lane?
I'm a big fan of Future.
What's the first Future song you heard? I wanna, cause like it's different for
Like
everyone.
ever,
Yeah, ever because it's different for everyone. Some people been
ever.
listening. Yeah.
Uh, it was like voila magic. It was like some old shit, like some old shit. It was like back when like you ever look like when you was a kid, like you ever like went on like the cable and you went like on demand to look at music videos.
Yeah, I remember what
Bro,
you talking about. Yeah.
yeah, it was like back then, but you went on the TV, used the remote to find the song.
400, channel 400 and above.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was that.
Dude. Oh my god. Yeah. So how
Yeah.
now that it brings me back to how I found him, I was gonna say I just saw this on YouTube, but now I'm tripping because that was actually on the music video channel, and it was this track,
Hmm.
"Move That Dope," the
Yeah.
with the Pusha
You had
T
the
and Pharrell, and like
hmm.
they're like push it,
Yeah.
that shit was a fucking. And then I started from there. I went to listen to uh like all the songs he did with like rich gang members like Thug and like I'm
Hmm.
gonna make the pussy tap out, tap out.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shit's a
Future been
class.
killing.
You know who's
Yeah.
another artist from that time? Because we're kind of talking about that 2013 time. I
Yeah.
really wish Rich Homie Quan would have like maintained his relevancy. Are you a fan of him or his old songs?
Not really. I just know that lifestyle song. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has a song with Quando Rondo that I fuck with. I don't know if you fuck with Quando Rondo, but I think Quando Rondo's
I
overlooked.
heard. I like that one song he did with A Boogie. That gives me like 2000. So if you ever heard of Bad Bob,
Nah.
nah, like that song is very underrated.
Like, you're a big fan of A Boogie. right?
Big fan. Yeah.
Where's he from? Right, he's from New York, but where in New York is he from?
We're literally from the same neighborhood.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Have you ever like
Yeah.
met anybody that knew him?
Yeah, I know people who know him.
That's what's up. Cause
Yeah.
I think I respect how he's like maintained his like, fan base and stuff like that. But what
Yeah.
was the first song that you heard from him? I want to know that.
Hey, Boogie. Ah, shit. It was my shit.
I forget
Yeah,
what
it
that
was
one
my
is.
shit.
Mine was like
Nah, the
the
time
iced
I play
out,
a
bust down,
song.
bust down, bust down, bitch, I'm drowning. That's mine.
Yeah. Yeah, like that was when like he really blew up. Like I knew about him before he really blew up. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who else like that you've known like really like early in their career? Could you say that you like sort of like discovered or like knew
Hmm.
about a while ago?
I really gotta think about that one. Oh shit. I think A Boogie might be the only one, to be honest.
Yeah,
Cause like even Uzi, like Uzi's one of my favorite rappers, but I didn't really start liking him till like 2018, 2019, and I went back to his own music and listened to him.
yeah, that's how I feel about X. I didn't appreciate X when he was
Yeah.
alive, and then I ended up going back to him like um like I'd say like last year or the year before, like 2 years ago. I kind of got really into him, and
Yeah.
then he kind of like inspired me to start listening to Lil Peep, who's like I can attribute Lil Peep to like the reason I love underground music because Lil Peep put me on to like the Suicide Boys and Xavier Wolf and artists like that. Like, are you a fan of Peep and what he's done?
I haven't really listened to much Peep, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I would say like if I were to recommend anything by him, just the Hellboy mixtape is a classic, but Star Shopping is probably a song that you would fuck with and stuff like that. And what do you think of Sesh? Are you a fan of like Sesh Hollow Waterboys and Bones or Xavier Wolf?
Nah, I'm not. Honestly, I haven't heard of them.
All right, that's it's all good. They're just like
Yeah.
they kind of been doing. They kind of done. They kind of did the guitar instrumental shit and all the cloud rap
Hmm.
shit with all the Japanese aesthetic shit. They kind of did that in like 2011, 2012, and they're kind of like pioneers with that sound and shit like that. But I gotta ask you though, which song that you've done would you do a music video for?
Mm. That's a good one. I have a music video coming out very soon for Go.
Mm. Where was that
Very
filmed?
soon.
When was that filmed?
It was filmed in July in LA.
L.A.
Yeah.
What were you in L.A. for?
I had like a basketball tournament up there, so it was like the perfect time for me to film
Bro, you play
the video.
basketball?
Yeah, yeah.
What position are you?
Wayne.
Word. Yeah. How long you been doing that?
Yeah.
Do you still do that in college or is it just a
I'm
high
just
school
trying
thing?
out for the team, but like, yeah.
Yeah. What team like professionally do you fuck with?
Uh, Honestly, I don't really like have a team. Like ever since like Kobe retired, like I ain't really have a team. But like my favorite players are KD and Curry.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So I gotta ask, like, in terms of like artists in this like sort of underground scene, like who haven't you collaborated with that you'd like to collaborate with?
Uh, hmm, hmm. That I haven't collaborated with Jaleel. I don't know if you heard of him.
I have not.
Definitely Jaleel. Um, McFur. Haven't collabed with him. Who else? There's one more. There's one more. Fuck. Yeah, I can't think of him, but like definitely those two.
What type of music does the Jaleel guy make?
He's like he has like a super like high voice. Like he makes like energetic music, like melodic, like very energetic. He's like he's kind of like similar to A Dubsky, but like he
Mm,
has like his own sound. Yeah,
that's what's up. I'm gonna definitely check him out. Like, what's a song that you would recommend for me to listen to by him?
Jaleel Juice.
That's a song name.
Yes.
Jalil Juice.
Yeah.
Bro, that's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Damn. What's I don't know. Have you ever listened to like comedic rap or any shit like that? You ever gotten into that at all?
Comedic rap? Nah.
You don't really fuck with that type of shit.
Nah, like honestly, I really don't listen to like not just like I've been like making more music. I really don't listen to much music because like I just feel like to keep like my own sound going, like I just need to focus on my music.
You just listen to yourself.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before you got into the music stuff and started focusing on your own music, what were you listening to? Like, what was you on your playlist when you were like in high school and stuff like
Um, Artist 2.0.
Damn.
Bro, like people really need to give A Boogie his credit, bro, because that was a fucking masterpiece, bro. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'd fuck with him, but I don't fuck with him like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just
Bro, it's like, and the thing what makes me so mad is like he could have marketed like that album better. Like he should have like dropped a few singles. Like if he dropped Me and My Guitar, bro, like that shit would have went top 10.
oh, as a
Like,
single, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's the best one
Like
on the
he's like,
album.
yeah, like he's came such a long way. People used to say he sounds like Speaker Knockers and Days Loaf. They comes out with a song like Me and My Guitar. Like what the fuck? Like he just reinvented like himself. Like
Yeah, I mean, I fuck with him, but like he kind of did the bass god wrong. He kind of did Lil B
so,
wrong. Do you know about that scenario?
no, yeah, but like he like apologized for his stuff, and he don't even like get into like any drama anymore. So it's like,
Yeah, I fuck with Speaker Knockers though. I love fucking.
yeah,
Bro, you mentioned Jay's Loaf.
bro,
She's a fucking.
somebody told me that Lambo sounds like one of the Speaker Knocker songs. Do you hear that?
Lambo. What song? Your song, Lambo.
Yes.
I don't. What song were they comparing it to? I mean,
I'm not sure, but they said that I use the same flow as when it's speaking out the songs. I don't know what song it was.
well, how do I say this? So like the whole like art. Well, if you're shit. So people often look back. I'm saying either way. No, it doesn't depend on like the person or the type of music. Either way, when it comes to music, if one person makes something good, they're gonna compare it to something that sounds similar prior. That happens for everything. Because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It happens for everything, even punk, for metal. Another example would be like people would say like, the Migos invented the triplet flow. I'm smoking on that joint with my homies. That shit. You could argue that Lord Infamous from 3 6 Mafia did that shit before, and then you could argue DJ Spanish Fly did that in the '80s. You could argue, you could argue to like the first caveman that fucking went.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, you're right.
you know what I'm saying? So like either way, like
Yeah.
like motherfucking artists shouldn't be like I'm not saying you were hurt by that, but like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even if someone uses a similar synth in a fucking beat,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, yo, that sounds like fucking another song or some shit like that. That's why like it's good that you do like versatile type of music, so then you're not always being compared to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Because like a lot of people try to compare me to like different like a lot of different artists.
Yeah.
And also, like, I feel like melodies like they often repeat each other over time, like on accident.
Well, I think
I feel like
Are you good? What are you saying?
I feel like let's say let's say like that speaker knock example. Like if I did sound exactly like that, I feel like if speaker knockers never existed, I would have came up with that same melody.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, from what I'm hearing now, it seems like you don't listen to speaker knockers like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not mad. I'm just trying to be honest. You know what I mean? I could
Yeah.
tell. I bet you could only name like 3 speaker knocker songs.
I can't even name one. I could probably like quote the lyrics off of one.
Yeah,
Like I'm rich with this money, like a free throw. That's like the only song I know.
but there's other, he what Speaker Knockers remind me of, and it has nothing to do with the sound of his music, but what he reminds me of is the sort of youthful, sort of like skinny light skinned bull type shit that was going on in 2010, where all the up and coming rappers were like skinny light skinned kids. Lil Snoop, Lil Snoop,
Oh yeah,
Lil Snoop. Like, he sounds nothing like him, but he had some classics, and he was under the Meek Mill crowd. And have you listened to him before?
Lil Snoop, I haven't. But like, I see what you're talking about, like that Soldier Boy, like mindless behavior type of era.
Mindless behavior. You brought mindless, bro. I was at work and everybody was joking at this, like, some guy was like this childhood friend of one of this guy at work, and he was like, you still be listening to mindless behavior and shit. And at work, I fucking blasted the my girl, she love me.
Bro, I wanted to be just like them when I was younger, bro.
That shit reminds you of like going on Kick and fucking, or
Yeah,
some shit, texting people, and or fucking, I
yeah,
don't even know, bro. That shit, like with the Blackberries, that's like the Blackberry era.
yeah,
Like, in the
yeah,
lyrics in that, they're so like old. They're like, one,
yeah,
4, 3, a smiley with a wink.
yeah. Like that's like, not honestly, like all of that, like it translates to like this song I'm about to drop, and like even memories, like. So I'm like basically the next single I'm about to drop is gonna be Memories for Life. It's gonna be a part two for like memories from Summer Rays. And this is like it's like basically saying that like when I give you a memory, I give you a melody. Like you see how like mindless behavior got you thinking about a certain time in your life.
Yes, yes.
Like that's exactly what I'm saying in that song. Like music like makes you think about certain times in your life, and it stamps it.
Bro, yeah, I do know what you mean. Like, it's like when I listen to Best I Ever Had, I think of, I heard it on the radio on 96.5, and then I went to Walmart and I got the So Far Gone EP, and then I listened to it in the car, and then my parents were like, "Oh no, this is the dirty version. You can't listen to it," because I was like 5. But like that shit.
Wow.
But I get what's like one of the most nostalgic times you ever heard a song, like that makes you just like fucking reflect on like a little
Ah,
relationship, like a real emotional moment when you heard a song.
damn, I gotta really like clock back like the years because that shit is crazy. Um, um,
Yeah, it could be like an A Boogie song. It could be anyone.
bro, ah shit. All right, so we gonna take it back to 2019. You know that song like "Dangerously in Love"?
By who?
I think it's by Beyonce.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that song, but like it was like a leaked SoundCloud song from A Boogie. Like he kind of like sampled it or something, bro. And like so, like I was like with my ex, right? Like, we was both listening to that song, and then like we ended up starting to argue, and like we ended up like breaking up, like type shit. Like and we was playing that, like I was listening to that song like to like over and over again that same day, and then like every
Ah.
time I hear that song, I just think about that time. Like, dang, shit.
Yeah. I got,
Yeah.
for that. If I were to compare to that, I got the "This Ain't Working Out" text while I was listening to "Tell Me You Love Me, Tell Me Everything Gonna Be Okay" by Trippie Redd. Bro, that shit, by Juice and Trippie Redd. I think that's both of their, like, probably one of their best songs for both of them. But yeah, I got the "This Ain't Working Out" text type
Man,
shit.
that's tough.
It is tough.
Going through it.
I think
And like
that's,
also,
yeah. What's up?
like my goal of music is to like give myself that feeling. Cause like that like a lot of like that doesn't really happen very often with me, but it's happened like a few times. Like the first song I ever dropped, like I got that feeling. Like I just look back at it, I just get that feeling.
Yeah.
I recently made like another song, like So basically, I took like 3 months break from like recording music, and like I just wasn't able to. Like my first song back, like it gave me that feeling. Like I just know, I feel it. Like I know, like years from now, I'm gonna look back at it and listen to that song. I'm gonna remember that time.
Well, people don't like what artists, fans of artists, what they don't think about. They don't think about. I'm not saying all fans are assholes, but they don't think about like how the artist feels when they're making this type
Yeah.
of music, and there's almost this sort of Truman Show effect, where like are you familiar with the film The Truman Show?
No, I'm not sure.
I'll sum it up real quick. The guy is adopted by a corporation as an infant, and he is put into a domed reality island, and his entire life is a TV show with hidden cameras, and they set him up to live this sort of like 1950s man style lifestyle where he like lives a generic style lifestyle, and he never knows about it. His entire life, he never knows about it, and all these corporations have like or making money off of his trauma and his negative like experiences in life and stuff like that, and like the audience doesn't really care. So like I would compare that to like when Kanye broke up with Kim, all the people in the comment section were like, "Oh, this next album's about to be a banger."
Yeah.
So like what you're saying is that when you create your music, you have to have a good feeling with you to make it, because now since you're feeling good with what you're making and how you're making it, you hope that the audience feels the same. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's very similar. So like I don't like try to force myself to feel a certain way like sometimes, like but like in general, like it just happens like once in a while. Like that feeling that I get is like it's just really rare to be honest. Like it's only happened twice.
Yeah. With the first song you made and
Yeah.
then the one from when you got back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what can we expect in the future from like your music? What will you be working on in the next couple months?
I got a few singles coming out, and then I'm gonna drop my real debut album, Slime World, soon.
That
It's gonna just
Who's gonna be
yeah,
producing
it's
on that?
gonna be 808 Almighty, definitely a lot of him. Get Rhino on there, Celsius, myself, Trizzy. I'm gonna try to get Scooby on it. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm hyped to hear like one day you gotta do a self-produced album. But I feel like you said that on live you don't want to do that. But I feel like you could be doing some good shit with that if you did that.
Honestly, like when it comes to like hip hop, I'm not really like the best hip hop producer. I'm like more like the R&B, like alternative type of producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
But
mean, you could
I
end up
have
being
the
like Leon Thomas or some shit. Like he's. Are you aware of like the guy from Victorious and shit?
yeah. Which one?
The one with the dreads, Andre.
Andre. Yeah.
Yeah, so he does like R&B production. He was on 3 tracks for a new album. I'm saying like you have the potential, bro. Off
Yeah.
of that last track on the summer, Rage Project, the Deluxe, and stuff like that. You have the potential to
Yeah.
like produce. Like I could definitely see you producing for like Zaya Leah. I would
Yeah.
definitely,
I actually have. Like we have an unreleased song in the vault.
bro. What? Oh man, I'm fucking hyped for that.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
hyped to like see what the capabilities of that are, and yeah, bro. Like, what do you do? You make your own melodies, or like do you use samples for that R&B stuff, or how do you? What's the process for that?
It depends. Like sometimes I'll make the own melody. Sometimes if I find like a really nice synth or like a really nice like vocal, like I'll slap it on there.
Yeah. What drum
Pretty
kits do you
much, yeah.
use for the percussion? Like, what drum kits do you gravitate to?
Uh, I use like some drum kits from Sound Max, but like I completely change the sounds of like I distort my kicks a lot.
That's good.
Usually for like people like Zaya Leah, I put like so much reverb on like the snaps and everything, so it just sounds like because you know like Zaya Leah, right? Like her like when she sings, it's very mellow and like it has like a lot of reverb around it, like her voice and like her mixing. So like I just like put a lot of reverb on the beat too, so it complements her style. And, like it also just sounds spacey.
Yes, I know what you mean. Like the she kind of sounds like fucking like a lot of early Claro,
Mm.
production. A little bit of like Cash Page. I think she sounds a little bit like Cash Page, and let me think of who else. Um, fucking like a lot of like early Drake production, like a 40 production, like Kenna with Beyonce. Like she reminds me, like Beyonce did a song with Drake called Can I or some shit, and that like a lot of her music reminds me of like a lot of the stuff on Care Package by Drake, like a lot of that ethereal, ambient sounding shit that
Yeah.
Drake did early in her time. I think Drake fucking fathered that early modern R&B sound, like oh, and Omarion. No, you know, a lot of people got to start giving props to is Omarion. Like
Mm.
he's a master at what he does, and I know shitty person, but R. Kelly, bro, come on now, we gotta give credit. He got some bangers.
Yeah, you got to. Good music is good music at the end of the day.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, he's a horrible human being, but, separate the art from artist. I mean,
Yeah.
you're a fucking X fan. I think you know a lot about separating the art from the artist.
Yeah.
I fucking love X. I interviewed his dad, though, but it fucking
You
lost.
did?
Yeah, but the hard drive that the file is in is
Damn.
locked because of. I had a hard drive replacing and shit like that. But,
Oh shit.
let's talk about X, though, real quick before we wrap this up.
Yeah, so like X, like I first heard him like that look at me like in the summer. I think it was like the summer of 2017, I think. Like that shit was hard as fuck. But like that was like a regular hit. I ain't really become a fan of him because of that song. I just learned about him. I seen the double X stuff. I'm like, oh shit, what is he up to?
Yeah.
I'm like, shit. I'm like, it's demonic as fuck, but it's like it's interesting. It's like he's different from everybody else. He stands out. And I feel like I'm kinda like the same way. So he did that shit. I'm like, okay. He dropped 17. I don't even know what to expect, to be honest. So I hear Jocelyn Flores. I'm like, oh shit. And then that Shallow Dynasty sample, he actually inspired me to use like Shallow Dynasty samples in my production. So that shit hit. Everybody dies in their lifetimes. That hit, bro. And then
Dead Inside interlude is a fucking
yeah,
masterpiece. Dude, man,
uh,
what's that? Like, dude, that shit, that's my favorite
yeah,
song on the
bro.
project.
Yeah, and then Ayala. No. That song. And then Orlando. Yeah, Orlando. When I actually tried to learn how to play piano, like I would play that song. Dun, dun,
Yeah, bro, like,
dun,
fucking.
dun.
I'd say,
Yeah.
like, if I didn't listen to him, the reason I like him is because he was able, so much, is because he was able to create so, like, beautiful and complex songs, but they had a very short and amateur feel. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, I'm saying it complements it because it makes you think, like, oh, this is very simplistic, but it's also very complex. So that gives me confidence that I can do something very similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my opinion, like, and also I loved he did like an interview. He was like when he first made Look at Me, like this girl was talking to him and was like, "Yo, this shit sounds distorted and whack. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Doesn't sound professional."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Well, I just made a bunch. I made millions of dollars off of the distorted bullshit because like I think what he sort of like popularized was like fucking like I'm always gonna say this is amateur mixing and amateur like music is always gonna be
Yeah.
better than fucking mainstream stuff. I'm not saying all mainstream stuff sucks. I'm saying that
Yeah.
there's more rawness to everything, and
Yeah.
that's why like his music. You
Honestly,
yeah
I think he really influenced Playboy Cardi. I think
yeah
if it wasn't for X, Playboy Cardi would still be like he would just rap regular, to be honest.
yeah. But I like Playboy Cardi, but like
Yeah, I
he
like him. I'm just saying. Like,
yeah, but how do I say it? He's just Playboy Cardi just doesn't really get into the emotions. Like a lot of I don't get the appeal of him on an emotional level. I think his beats, the way he goes into the beats, are very good, and the movement. Like I think Playboy Cardi is really like aesthetic in style
yeah,
over like lyrical subject matter, and I think people aren't arguing against that.
yeah,
But I fuck with Playboy Cardi. He kind of like He's kind of like the modern like MF Doom, maybe. That sounds a bit weird, but in a way,
You know, it's crazy. I feel like the older generations are starting to like finally understand the new generation.
yes.
Like when I seen like Kanye work with Playboy Cardi like 3 times, like he produced his whole album. He got him on his album. He got a feature on his album. Like what Kanye and Playboy Cardi? Was it the old heads just fucking complaining about Playboy Cardi?
Yeah, I know what you
Then,
mean,
then you got
and I respect
then you
that.
got Eminem like collabing with like a guy like Juice. Like it's just crazy. Like I think they finally starting to really understand us, bro.
Yeah, I totally like think that, and I want to see like who is the who's the old head that's gonna work with you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
who is that? We will see,
yeah,
and if it happens before the next interview that we do, we'll talk about it. And thank you
yeah.
for hopping on the show. Link in the description to your music and social media, and thanks for coming on, man. Loved it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. See you.